Live from the studios at Brigham Young University, the award-winning 11 News at Noon starts now.
Convicted murderer. What sentence the Boston Marathon bomber faces now that a jury has found him guilty?
Wheelchair wonders. BYU students help kids get around easier by designing an affordable new chair.
And elephant-sized home. These traveling circus retirees are finally getting a permanent stomping ground. I'm Katie Ryan.
And I'm Mitchell Marshall. Welcome to 11 News at Noon. It's not a happy day for people in Boston, but a conviction has brought a feeling of relief.
Dzhokhar Tsarnaev is guilty on 30 counts, including murder in the Boston Marathon bombing. The case isn't over yet, though. Now the jury has to decide if Tsarnaev will get life in prison or the death penalty. Chris Welch has the story.
It's not a day to celebrate. I guess you could call it a bittersweet victory. Not out there cheering for what happened, but I'm satisfied.
Bittersweet, but not over. With a guilty verdict on all 30 counts, the question now becomes, will Dzhokhar Tsarnaev face death? The start date on the penalty phase has not been set, but the same jury will deliberate Tsarnaev's sentence, life in prison without parole or death. The jury must vote unanimously for a death sentence. It's been nearly 2 years since a terrorist attack rocked the finish line of the iconic Boston Marathon and shook this city to the core. Survivors of the bombing, like Karen Brassard, say they were relieved by Wednesday's verdict.
I'm grateful to have him off the street.
No matter what happens next, survivors say they'll focus on their lives, while a jury deliberates death.
I may be standing on one fake leg, but I'm standing here stronger than ever because someone tried to destroy me and he failed.
In Boston, I'm Chris Welch.
While Tsarnaev is waiting to find out if he gets the death penalty or not, experts think they know where he will spend his time while he appeals. Colorado Supermax Prison is famous for holding high-profile criminals. Tsarnaev will most likely live in solitary confinement, which means 23 hours a day of no human contact and the other hour in a caged recreation cell by himself.
Streets in Utah are a little less mean. A local and federal task force arrested 18 gang members they say are part of several different groups, including the Crips and Aryans. Project Wildfire took 6 weeks nationwide and includes arrests along the Wasatch Front and in St. George. More than 1,000 suspects are behind bars across the country. Witnesses at Larry Kent Graff's preliminary hearing say he killed Candace Mello and tried to shoot her boyfriend. Michael Grimsley is that boyfriend. He says that Graff shot the 26-year-old woman in the head when she tried to take a laptop belonging to Graff's girlfriend. And then he tried to shoot Grimsley, but missed. Graff's in the Salt Lake County jail with a $1.5 million bail.
A Lehigh man faces 2.5 years in federal prison after a drug conviction. 32-year-old Stephen Scanlon pleaded guilty to conspiring to distribute marijuana. Officers in Nebraska pulled his car over for traffic violations and found 2 suitcases lined with pot and more than $90,000 in cash. He also got 4 years of supervised release time after his jail sentence. Utahns are still waiting months for care at the Veterans Affairs medical clinics, even after Congress gave the department an extra $16 billion to fix the delays. The money was for hiring more doctors and expanding clinics in urban areas like Salt Lake City and West Valley. Utah's VA officials say they have added 200 new employees over the past year.
Great things can happen when medicine and engineering meet, like motorized wheelchairs that weigh only 20 pounds. 11 News reporter Juliana Collado shows us what some BYU students are up to.
Mitch, graduating seniors present a different project every year. This semester, one of the teams decided to make life easier for an entire family.
Okay, you ready? Go for it.
This is Tanner, the third child in the Jensen family. This home video shows Tanner testing a motorized wheelchair that he fell in love with, but couldn't buy in any store. That's because chairs like this are not on sale yet. They are a project BYU engineering students are still working on. Zach Zimmerman is one of the students in charge, and he says he enjoys the challenge.
This was really exciting to be able to see that we were really going to impact their lives.
Lives of kids like Tanner and his brother Skylar. Both boys suffer from a rare genetic disease called spinal muscular atrophy, which weakens their muscles so they can walk or even crawl. Motorized wheelchairs will make life easier for them, but they are a lot more expensive. That is why these BYU students created a chair with PVC frame. It's strong enough to hold a child, yet light enough for mom to carry around. And the best part is, It's under $500. The professor in charge of the project, Mark Colton, says one of the biggest goals is to make these chairs more affordable.
For those who don't have the money, this could really be a life changer because they can have a motorized wheelchair that they otherwise would not be able to have.
The project is going to be done by the end of the semester, and this is when Tanner and Skylar will get their chairs they have been waiting for. Design plans and details are on our website at 11news.byu.edu. Mitch?
Thanks, Juliana. Terminally ill patients have a new Utah law on their side, right to try. This allows them to get experimental drugs that have not gotten full FDA approval. State representatives say the new law will give hope to those who have no other options except trial drugs, and that it allows the patients to deal directly with pharmaceutical companies.
For those women in Provo interested in scoring some scholarship money, the Miss Provo pageant is right around the corner, and it might be for you. A mandatory meeting for the contest is tonight at 7 p.m. in the Provo City Council conference room. The first place finisher will take home $3,000 for college. For more information on signing up, go to the Miss Provo Facebook page.
That's a great organization.
It really is.
That's a lot of money for college, and I was able to cover some charity work they did with their last Miss Provo, and it's incredible. They have some shoes to fill.
They do a lot of great things over there. So when 11 News at Noon continues, Elephantastic life. These entertainers can do circus tricks, but now they're switching gears and heading for retirement.
And cop drama. It might sound like a broken record, but another officer-involved shooting is making headlines. We'll tell you why this officer is in trouble when we come back.
Controversy over an officer-involved shooting in South Carolina continues. A witness caught the shooting on his cell phone, showing the world exactly what happened to Walter Scott. Polo Sandoval tells us about the outrage in North Charleston.
I'm supposed to be really angry and upset and raging and all that, but I can't.
Judy Scott's 50-year-old son Walter is a man in this amateur video seen running from a North Charleston, South Carolina police officer. The officer fires 8 shots. Scott falls. He's handcuffed and dies at the scene. The video is sparking outrage across the country and especially here in North Charleston.
All lives matter.
It also led to the firing and arrest of the officer, 33-year-old Michael Slager, whose account of events leading up to the shooting is now being questioned. On Wednesday, the man who recorded the incident spoke with Lester Holt of NBC News.
Mr. Scott didn't deserve this, and there were other ways, that can be used to get him arrested.
The shooting has again highlighted the tensions which exist between law enforcement and African-American citizens in many communities.
The voice of minorities and the Black American in particular have not been listened to when we've complained about this situation. We've been more or less pushed off and discarded.
We've had expressions, we had meetings with the police chief, but that information is likely and slowly does not get down to the bottom level, at the street level where people are being stopped, harassed, searched without profile, and being treated the way they are.
The city's police chief says he hopes to begin a dialogue on those issues soon.
What we're trying to do is make sure that the family has an adequate time to put their son to rest, and after that we will start talking.
The North Charleston Police Department fired the shooting officer. He is now in custody without bail while the FBI investigates.
An Oklahoma school bus crashes and slides down a hill. Some Taco Bells in Texas are testing out home delivery, and an elephant sanctuary in Florida is taking big steps. Here's your look at news from across the nation. A school bus in Oklahoma slid down a hillside after crashing into a light pole, injuring 4 kids and the bus driver. Tulsa school officials say the bus swerved to miss an oncoming car. Parents ran to the scene to find their children and say they were relieved that no one was seriously hurt. But people living in Houston might not have to get off the couch to get their Taco Bell fix. The company's working on a new plan that includes not only delivery, but also catering and a loyalty program. The chain says customers have been asking for delivery for a long time, and they hope to offer it in other markets before football season. And the Ringling Brothers Circus is retiring their biggest stars. The famous Asian elephants leave their 115 national 100-acre preserve in Central Florida. The show stars are an endangered species, and they'll spend the rest of their lives relaxing, stretching, and having fun. And that's your look at news from across the nation. Katie?
Jeremy, yesterday it was snowing, but today the weather's great.
Yeah, that's right. We saw lots of snow across lots of parts of the state yesterday, but today, totally different. Lots of sun. We'll tell you what to expect for the weekend next. Yeah, now take a look at this view looking at the mountains over Provo. You can see lots of clouds and snow high up in the mountaintops, but down here in the valleys, really pleasant day shaping up right now. 45 degrees here in Provo. Humidity at 79% and calm winds 4 miles an hour here in the Provo area. But then right now, St. Louis up to Detroit, they are bracing for massive storms today. They are predicting even damaging force winds going through parts of the Midwest and into the East Coast. Very dangerous out there, but out here in the West, not too much. We've got a few clouds heading out over the state today. As we take a look at the high temperatures, Logan at 56, Wendover 57, out in Vernal in the Uinta Basin at 56, Moab 68, and down in St. George, sunny and 74. Tonight, things are going to cool down over parts of the state. Logan going to be at 31, 36 here in Provo in the Salt Lake Valley area. It's 29 in Logan or Cedar City or some of the other parts of the state where it gets cold. Take those plants indoors if you can. Now looking ahead, southern Utah, today 74, tomorrow 78. Saturday, very nice weekend through parts of southern Utah. 81, 84 Sunday, 86 on Monday. Lots of sun, minimal chance for rain as far as this weekend goes. Now as we take a look here at northern Utah for the 5-day forecast, 59 today. Things warm up for the weekend, 66 tomorrow, 70 on Saturday. Great day to get outdoors, maybe go hiking, enjoy some of the trails and some of the trees that are degrees, and then on Monday 75 here across Provo and northern Utah. So guys, just very nice day today, even though we did see some snow yesterday, but today it's nice and it looks like it's going to stay nice for a little while.
Hopefully.
Beautiful. Yesterday I had to wear this big jacket, and today I feel like I can go out and I can play some sports, I can run around. What's it looking like? Is there some baseball to look forward to?
There is lots of baseball. There's even, basketball still going on. We have hockey still going on. All the sports really come together the first week of April. When 11 Sports comes back, Spike Sensation, forget the baseball, basketball, and football. We have a brand new sport in town, and some say it's a novelty. And Jack's Joy, see the long-anticipated moment for a 75-year-old golf pro. Sports coming up next. The first round of the Deseret Duel was a heartbreaker for the BYU women's tennis team. Nothing stings worse than losing to a rival. The Cougars got on board first by capturing the doubles point, but then the Utes came back to win at #1 singles to open play. They went on to take the next 3 matchups in 3 sets each. However, Cougar Erica Valimaki the Cougars ended up falling at home in a close one, 4-3. They have a chance to redeem themselves when they take their home court for the last time this season Friday, hosting Gonzaga at 12 p.m. They may not be playing for a playoff seed, but man, are they playing. The Utah Jazz rallied past the Kings for the second time this week, and there was no shortage of spectacular. With the game tied at 78 early in the final frame, the Jazz went on a 15-0 run to win it. After scoring a career-high 25 points to beat LA Sunday night, he scored a game-high 20 points to go with 8 rebounds and 4 assists. He wasn't the only star. Favors had a solid 11 on the night, and Joe Ingles put up 6. All of that sealed the big W, 103-91. Like I said, there's a new sport in town. Spikeball is probably unlike any other sport you've ever seen. 11 Sports reporter Cody Meredith got up close and personal to find out more about this unique game.
Spikeball is a bunch of different sports rolled into one. Teams of 2 face off around a sphere. Says the game is simple because it only has one objective.
The most important thing about Spikeball is that you have to get it onto the net. And this net's so important, you can make it We have it pretty taut. You can make it pretty loose if you want to play more relaxed spike ball, because that means you can't hit it as far.
Spike baller Steele Ayers says he loves the game because it's so different.
I like spike ball because it's such like a novel sport. Like there's nothing like it. I mean, it's a mix between like ping pong and volleyball, but honestly, it's nothing the same. So just the fact that it's unique, I love playing unique things.
Players say the game
it's in a smaller setting. You only need 4 guys, and it gets you out and running around, and it's just a lot of fun.
The game is mostly played on the West Coast, where there's a lot of surf and a lot more sand. But even the players out here in Utah don't mind sacrificing a few grass stains to get that perfect spike.
Just getting that huge like cherry bomb, you just nail it on the net and it just goes flying. And
whether it's on the sunny beaches of California or the rainy mountains in Utah, this game is growing one spike at a time. Bam! In Provo, Cody Meredith, 11 Sports.
You can check out our website at 11news.byu.edu to find out how you can get involved in the spike ball craze. It's only been 3 days since the MLB's opening day, and this guy is already breaking records. They call him Aegon, and he may be the hero that the Dodgers desperately needed. He set a major league record by clubbing 5 home runs in the Dodgers' first 3 games. Last night, LA faced the Padres. He homered in the first and led off the third with yet another one. There it goes. Then he decided to open up the 5th with his 3rd homer, taking a curtain call from the dugout steps. From one pro to another, golf fans everywhere smiled when longtime golfer Jack Nicklaus had an incredible shot yesterday. We give our play to the day up to the 75-year-old hotshot. He's on the 4th hole now. That little ball soars up, lands back down, and begins to roll back. All too soon, it finds the bottom of the cup for the ace. Incredible. His first hole-in-one in the Augusta National for the 6-time Masters champion. He's clearly still got it. Age is not a factor. Speaking of that beloved golf tournament, the Masters, today is the day, folks. It's Masters time. The biggest golf championship started this morning, and it looks to be a really good one. Tiger Woods is returning after his self-imposed hiatus. And then youngster Rory McIlroy is playing his first opportunity to complete the career Grand Slam, winning all of golf's major championships in the same calendar year. It's already underway, so let's take a look at some of the scores, shall we? Charlie Hoffman is in the lead at 5 under. We have Justin Rose in 2nd place and Russell Henry at 4 under in 3rd place.
I love golf, but I only watch it a couple times a year. The Masters are worth checking in on. A lot of big names. No one at the top right now, so it's gonna be a fun weekend.
The Masters are a lot of fun.
I'm hoping for Rory McIlroy. He can get that Grand Slam.
Coming up, still to come on 11 News at noon, stroller time, how these mommies are getting out of the house and into shape while watching their kids. We'll be right back.
Moms and pregnant women know it isn't always easy to get to the gym or go for a run, but a new fitness routine designed just for them might be exactly what they're looking for.
The program is made for the beginner workout, like mommy who's just maybe never worked out before, just starting, getting back into it, but also we modify throughout the workout for that mom that maybe has worked out her entire life.
Try to take the tension out of your foot.
We make sure that every mom is comfortable when they come in at whatever fitness level they're at in their own personal life.
Squeeze with your hamstrings to hold that ball in place.
The stroller bar creator says that unlike traditional workouts, the various segments are specifically designed to target areas new moms need to focus on. That includes a lot of squatting, lunging, and deep movements that increase stability.
We need that stability, we need that strength when we're caring for these children. There's so much about motherhood that's very physically reactionary. When a child learns to walk and then learns to run and then starts to fall, physically we need to react for those children.
The community atmosphere is something that has a big impact on the children as well.
These children are watching the moms take care of themselves. They're watching these women making themselves a priority without sacrificing time with their kids.
For CNN, I'm Kelly Bowman.
Wow, what an interesting concept. That's different.
So convenient.
Really, though.
Great way to get back in shape after baby.
Yeah, sounds great. And that's your 11 News at noon for Thursday, April 9th.
For more information on our stories or to share them with your friends, check out our website at 11news.byu.edu.
Thanks for joining us. Congratulations, Mitch and Jeremy, on graduating, and have a great day.